Hello, everybody, and welcome to 1 week before E3. At this point in time, next week we'll be discussing what Microsoft has given us during their E3 conference, which is going to be exciting. It's the only excitement we've had probably for the last 3 months, but nonetheless, we are This Xbox Life. This is episode 438, 2017 E3 predictions. I'm one of your hosts, Brian BJ Swick 33. Hopefully, you can hear me better. I moved my microphone and stuff around, so we should be on equal levels now. If we are not, then I'll have to quit. With me this week is, so far, as of right now, one of the other two hosts, Mark Wingman709.
Hey everybody, how you doing? So glad
Don't, that's not even funny.
to be back.
It's funny.
Hey everybody. I was whispering on purpose. Uh,
Oh,
no, I don't
man.
want to get run fired. No, hey everybody. It's good to be back. I've missed you guys for the last couple of weeks, so
Yep.
it's been crazy.
Yeah. And Rob Presar is not with us right now. We're hoping he will make it back. He is on a scene at
He's
E3.
he's getting on right now.
He is right now.
He's just sent me a text. He's getting
Oh,
on it right now, so we
okay.
can draw him in here in just a second.
Well, while we're waiting for him, let me go through the normal things. We stream live twitch.tv/ this Xbox Live every Sunday at 10 p.m. between 10 and 10:30, let's say. We usually get on about quarter after is when we start up. But and then we push it out to the iTunes and all your favorite MP3 stores on the following Monday for your listening pleasure. Thank you for everybody who reached out to us and let us know about our audio. Yes, I was quieter. What I do is I think it is due to, if you're watching the video now, the microphone is back into front of my face. Um, I had a 6 foot long desk, and when I moved into my new office, I moved it to a 7 foot long desk. I added another middle piece to it, which made my arm for my microphone come to about a foot from my face, foot and a half from my face, instead of the 2 inches that it is right now. So, what it was is I could tell as I turned toward my microphone, you could hear me better, but when I turned away or faced forward, you couldn't. And it should be just constant now, based on where it's located right now. It's basically back to where it was. So that's that whole fun story. So we're still waiting on Rob, but Mark, what did you play? Did you I know you're extremely ill.
I'm trying to think. I think since the last time I recorded, I did join the Xbox Game Pass. Um, and yeah, there's not a ton of stuff out there, but I want to support it. I really do.
Right.
But I did pull down three games that my kids actually really enjoyed. I enjoyed Joyride Turbo. It's a Avatar kart racing game, which was not to me was not worth the $60 they tried to sell it to us for originally. So I pulled that one down. That was in there, and that's a lot of fun. And my kids love it.
Okay.
They love that game. So right off the bat, that's a benefit. Scream Ride was a game that I think launched with with the Xbox One when it came out, and it was something I never really played. Again, I didn't want to pay $60 for it, and so now that it's part of the Game Pass, I downloaded that, played that, and it's kind of fun. It's um it's okay. The leaderboards are kind of really the only draw I think if you're trying to beat your friends on the times and scores and stuff, but. And then I also pulled down Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. I had played this before, um, long time ago,
Yeah.
but not the new version, not the updated version. But I was playing with, oh boy, who did I play with? I can't even remember. Was it Mars? Might have played. I think I played with Mars. I apologize if I'm wrong and someone's cursing at me right now, going, "Hey, out of here! Forget it was me." That I've had a very, very rough week. I don't remember a whole lot. I was sick for and running a fever for 5 straight days. So yeah, it was pretty bad last weekend. So and I haven't played a game since. But that's pretty much it. I really haven't had a chance to do anything else. I also got to admit, Brun, dude, I've been in gaming ruts before,
Right.
but I really have like no desire to even play any games anymore. And I'm really, really, really hoping next weekend like gives me that injection of excitement because at this point I'm actually questioning whether I'm really going to buy a Scorpio or not
Mm,
because I'm I'm not even playing anything.
right.
I've got that PS4 Pro and I went and I started to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hmm.
And the game is beautiful, looks great, but I'm even bored with that. And I think the problem with that is I'm playing it and I feel like it's Far Cry Primal. I'm like I've played this game because there's so much. It's Far Cry Primal meets Tomb Raider. There, I mean, there's a different story. And people be like, it's not the same thing. You got robots and stuff and technology and bows and arrows but the game mechanics and you walk up and you gotta craft bows and arrows and you gotta get your resource. It's still very much Far Cry Primal,
Right.
and I feel like because I played so much of that this isn't anything new.
Gotcha. I joined Rob in here with me, with us, I should
Wow,
say.
Hey, what's up,
Pop
guys?
takes up my whole screen, dude. I hate
Oh, you're
price
so
point.
lucky.
Dude, you're taking up. It's crazy.
You- How do you feel having so much beautiful on your screen?
I feel like throwing up again.
Hey, now, wrong
Uh,
answer.
but
Yeah.
anyways, before we're so rudely interrupted,
Oh, by that guy.
So yeah, I
I'm
know what you're talking about as far as the gaming rat. It's
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really worried. I feel like, I mean, I've been in them before, but now it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's different this time. I feel like maybe I'm growing out of it. Maybe and I'm wondering, am I going to hit a stage where gaming just isn't fun anymore? Because even stuff that I've been looking forward to, like this year, like Mass Effect, Ghost Recon Wildlands, they just like I had to force myself to finish Mass Effect. I absolutely did not enjoy that game. Ghost Recon Wildlands was okay, but once I beat it, I haven't gone back to it at all.
right.
Uh, and I'm just like, I'm kind of concerned. I'm wondering if I've grown out of it, if I'm kind of done with it. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, at this point, I'm really questioning whether I want to buy a Scorpio because if I'm not going to play anything, then what's the point? So they better show me some Crackdown 3, dude, and it better just blow my mind. That's all I need to see next week, and I'll be good.
Yeah, my
Well,
my thing is like I there I'm wanting to go and play some new stuff. Like I want to go this, I want to go do that. But what I ended up doing this week, like for real quick, like I only played Battlefield 1 this week. Um, I just didn't have much time to play. I've been working on more development again, and what I did is just like, well, let me go back to something. Let me play something that I know that I love, that I can just go in and play a little bit with, play a little bit of, and have some fun. And that's what I did. I didn't play too much. I think maybe played an hour or two. Um, but I had to go back to one of those gaming staples that I'm such a fan of, instead of trying to worry about going and, oh, let me go try. Like I have Battlegrounds, Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Like I've only played one round in there. It's just because I can't get myself to, force myself to go do it. Um, but
Hey, here, my dog wanted to say hi to everybody.
oh, nice. So
Rob, remember him?
hey, he's not barking at me. I don't recognize him.
well, if your screen was full screen on there, I'm pretty sure you'd be barking at the computer.
Yeah,
But
I, I much, I much prefer the cat, Blakey. I mean, Mark,
Oh yeah, we got yeah.
the one that you had before.
Oh, I know, my baby.
Yeah,
But we got a new edition this weekend, so
yeah, I saw that. Congratulations. Too
oh,
cute.
new kitten.
A new kitten. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Picked her up yesterday, and she's been a bundle of joy. She's really, kids are absolutely loving her, and she's playful, and she likes to sleep with everybody. Like she'll crawl up and lay in everybody's laps, and so
Wait, she sleeps around.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember when we got our kitten, and the kids got a kitten. They're all excited, but the cat loved sleeping on me, on my chest. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, all I feel is like these paws, like just digging into my chest,
Needing you.
Yeah, needing me, and then purring, and the funny part about our cat was she would drool a little bit when she purred a lot, so she'd just have like one little drip, and it would drip right on my face every time. I swear, I was like, I'd be sleeping, I just feel needing, purring, and then spit. I was like, come on,
Oh.
get off me. So, but yeah. But back to your thing, Mark. The one thing that I've found myself is wanting to play PC games again and step away from the console again. And I know I did that when the Xbox One came out. And as of right now, I see myself doing that when the Scorpio comes out, because I'm hoping that when they announce Crackdown 3, that it's not delayed or canceled. Because I believe it will be coming out this year. It's going to be one of the Play Anywhere games, and I'll just play it, play it on a PC. So, and start to upgrade my computer. But I know what you mean, and I'm hoping E3 does spark something, because I've been in a drought as well, and not only with that, but streaming and all this other stuff. I just it's been weighing down on me again. But
one thing that kind of comes to mind, when I heard you talking about what you were doing, Mark, is you can think of it like too much of a good thing sometimes is bad. So something like Mass Effect, if you're having a hard time with the game and you're forcing yourself to get through it and to finish it, and I get it. It's the completionist thing. You want to get it over with. But the thing is, if you're forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do, it can ruin everything. You know what I mean? It's, it's like
thing. It was just that it was Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And I loved the last three, and I kept waiting for him. Like, no, it's gonna get better. It's gonna hook me. It's gonna. And when the game finally finished, I was just like, oh, thank goodness this is over. I'm done with it. It was just this. I thought Andromeda sucked. I just did not like it. So,
but you finished it
because I felt like I had to. It was
right. But I'm saying
invested that, at first. It was like not so good, and I'm like, okay, well, it's Mass Effect. It'll get better. I just got to get through the first part of it, and it just. And then I got so far into it, it's like, okay, I might as well finish it. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm just getting older.
Well, one other thing is what was I going to say? The games that I think that we've been super excited to play over, the last beginning of the year and stuff, the things we've been like, oh, Ghost Recon and Mass Effect and stuff like that, is just they haven't turned out to be what we've wanted in our head, or like that we were thinking we were going to get. We all thought we were going to be jumping into these games and just have this huge, massive community come, with our community, everybody's going to play, and I'm like, I'm going to come home and there's just going to be a bunch of people playing. And the last time that we had any games like that, it was The Division and Destiny. That's been the only two games that I can think of in the last year or two where I could hop on and just have a bunch of people to play with. Like, when I hop on Xbox, like, nobody's playing really anything. I see more people watching YouTube and Netflix than playing games, and that makes it really hard.
So. That makes sense.
Yep. All right, Rob, have you played anything?
I really don't even remember. Probably not.
Clash of Clans.
Oh yeah, Clash Royale and Clash of Clans a little bit. They had this update on Clash of Clans. I'm not really sure what to make of it yet, but I've been doing the insider stuff. I boot up my Xbox, I do my insider stuff, do my quests, get my points, and then I kind of poke around, don't feel like playing anything. It's really strange. It's I get what you're saying, and I think some of the stuff is cyclical, and especially if you're in a mindset of, and I think some of us have been in this, of where you need something new all the time, whether it's, a new type of game, not just another first person shooter, something new and interesting, something that you haven't seen before. I mean, if that's something that you need, I mean, we haven't had that. Everything's been pretty much more of the same. At least that's my impression of it. And, they just need to come up with something interesting, or can they? Have they been just gone too far into a rut of just cranking out the same thing because they think it makes money? Kind of like where they were doing all the guitar games for a while.
Yeah.
Everything was like music games and everything was all the same. And it's just like, they all jump on the same bandwagon. It's like even like the major news outlets, they all harp on the same thing. I mean, how many stories about Trump can you have?
Oh my gosh.
How many first person shooters can you have? How many, it just, let's, it reminds me of an old Android commercial where be together, not the same.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do. That's all these publishers need to do. Not crank out the same freaking types of games. Just have them be together on the same console. That's reaching, but.
Well, see, that's like one of my things. Like, I kind of have a concern. It's like Far Cry 5. I like the whole idea there, that storyline and stuff like that. But I feel like it's going to be Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. It's just going to be the same formula.
But yeah, but that's not.
I'm like, I don't want to play the same game over and over and over again. So I'm, as good as Far Cry 5 looks, I really expect it to be Far Cry 3, just in a new location with new characters and upgraded visuals. It's still, the gameplay is going to be identical, and I don't want it anymore.
Exactly. And it's not a bad thing because those were great games.
Right. But it's like,
but the thing is, right. But the thing is, like, if as a user, like, or a game player, if you wanted the same experience, you would just play Far Cry 3 again. Why should you buy something new, right?
Right.
So
it's better or something.
Yeah, that's where they need to come up with something new and fresh. Otherwise, they'll lose people.
Well, that's what I'm hoping about with Crackdown. Is I'm just hoping that it's not a disappointment, because I think if there's just one more, this is your guys's, and it's not the exclusive thing or anything like that. I'm just talking in gaming in general. If it's just another game where I'm just like, I can't wait to play this game, and then you play it and it's just like, oh, okay. All right, I guess I'll try to find something else to play. and then that's about it. So, but all right.
Yeah,
maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe Scorpio injects something new, but I kind of doubt it. So
maybe
when you get like Destiny. Oh, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. So, I think this is, again, we're going to get, as those that are going to buy the Scorpio, we probably run the risk of getting hosed, because games like Destiny 2 can't run at 60 frames a second on the PlayStation 4. So because Sony has requirements that everything runs identical, if you have a PS4 Pro, you're getting hosed, because the game is scaled down to run on the lowest common denominator, which is the PS4. And since Bungie's in bed with Sony, and Sony's not going to allow the game to run at 60 frames a second on the Scorpio, we're going to get 30 frames a second version. We're going to get these dumbed down versions, because devs are going to make these deals with Sony. They're going to try to, and Sony, that's how Sony's going to fight back, because now they've got all the devs in their pocket, essentially, because they've sold 80 bajillion consoles, and Microsoft's got the best hardware on there. But everybody already has a PlayStation, so no one's going to develop for it. I'm really concerned about that. That we won't get to see the power of it because the devs aren't going to invest in it, or because Sony's going to step in and say you can't have this can't run better on the competition.
Yeah, I just you just gotta hope that it's not like that, and then that they're not going
But
to
it
hold.
is. No, it is.
Well,
We know it.
they got a parity clause between their devices. If if they got a development,
If
that's
they won't even let the people that bought their higher end machine take advantage of what it can do, they're certainly going to fight those developers not to allow the competition to be able to.
well, they can fight it. It all depends if the company or the developer is going to allow it to happen. And they're
Bungie
just
won't.
going to do it.
Bungie hates Xbox.
Well, I mean, and that's if Bungie wants to do that, then Microsoft should call them out and make them look like fools. That's
I hope, and
that's
I
what.
hope Microsoft does. I hope they do. I really do. I think screw Bungie, man. There's no way I'll give them a dime. I'm not putting a second into Destiny 2.
Yeah.
They just, so Brian, do you still have all your content that you paid for 2 years ago for that game?
I'll get it in September.
Probably not, because the latest headline I saw is all hands on Destiny 2 right now. That's all they're working on is Destiny 2.
Well,
else.
the content's there. The content's already done. It's just they haven't released it to Xbox.
Yeah.
So they'll release it. I mean, they were going to supposedly release it last year, and then they held it for another year. So,
you're just a dreamer.
but the thing is, I won't know if I get it or not because I haven't played it, and I don't have the latest patch because I didn't pay for it. So I can't take part in most of the stuff in the game now, anyways, because I got left behind. So, but all right. I'm watching just as a heads up. I'm watching the audio levels in our stuff, and I noticed that you guys were louder than I was. So I've kind of adjusted some things a little bit. So hopefully it gets us a little bit closer, but we'll find out.
Yeah, you've always been quiet. I mean, for months, and I try to adjust for it as best as I can, but
yeah,
you can only do so much afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. and maybe it's just my mic and what I have boosted, but like I've turned you guys down a little bit, and I'm trying to turn myself up a little bit, but we'll see what it does. I'm looking at the levels, and we're closer than normal, so but we'll see. Just if you're going to adjust to it, you might want to kick into about where we're at right now to adjust. So we'll see how it goes from there. All right. Well, let's move on. So we are, before we hit our thing, because we're doing our E3 predictions, and we have a lot of emails and 3 voicemails, and I think 3 or 4 emails to go over, so we're going to get to those as quick as we can. But before we do that, this xboxlife.com/Patreon is how you can become a patron of the show. And we are going to... We got some giveaways next week that we're going to announce here. Is that right, Mark?
And one today, yeah.
And, well, yes, the one today for the UK, but we're going to have a couple giveaways. Next week we'll explain what we're going to be doing there, but I think one of them has to do with Patreon as well.
Correct.
So we'll get to that here in a second. But if you go to thisxboxlife.com/donate, and you can just send us a one-time donation, unlike Patreon, which is more of like a monthly subscription. The giveaways, so we got our giveaways, we got our winner and stuff, which we'll go over after we do our voicemails and emails. But for next week, it is E3. So Eastern time, I'm just going to give you the Eastern times here because I'm Eastern. But and 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday is when Microsoft's doing their thing. We're recording at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/thisxboxlife. We are going to give away a game, or I should say enough money to buy a game. And we're giving it away live in our Twitch chat for people who are coming to talk about and listen to our thoughts about the press conference. We're doing another giveaway in our Facebook group, which I'll explain how to get into if you're not a member of our Facebook group. and we're giving away another giveaway of $60 to a Patreon subscriber. So that way we can, you know, reward them a little bit for subscribing. So cool. Sound good?
E3,
Yep.
we're giving away 3 games for E3.
Yep. 3 games E3.
And you'll be able to, they'll just be $60 Xbox gift cards, all 3 of them. So you can purchase anything you want from Xbox, Microsoft Store, Xbox.com, whatever.
Right.
Yourself some new games. Or 6 months of the Xbox Game Pass,
Hey, there you go.
if you're so inclined.
All right. So E3 predictions. We've usually done this every year. We usually have a list. I don't think any of us have written down anything, and I'm kind of curious on why you guys haven't written down anything, because I was talking about this with my buddy at work. I just don't know what they're going to do this year. Do you guys have? I mean, we'll find out. So let me start off. Like, I am imagining they're going to talk about the Scorpio. I'm just kidding. Wonderful. Like, we know they're talking about Scorpio. I think we all have an assumption or a prediction that they're announcing Crackdown and that it'll be out this fall. Do you guys disagree with that at all or in any way?
Crackdown 3 is going to be released day and date with Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
That's my-
Okay. And that's, I mean, I could definitely understand that for sure. So, but when do you think Scorpio will be released then? What's your prediction on Scorpio release date?
November. Let me pull up. I would say November, and I'm gonna look at the calendar to predict. I'm gonna say November 7th.
Oh, early.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you
So
want to
Tuesday.
release. I don't think. Yeah, well, it would be a Tuesday. Most stuff comes out on Tuesday, so I'm going with the Tuesday thing. And
Taco Tuesday.
I don't want to say the 21st because I think releasing a new console the week of Black Friday is kind of stupid. And I think releasing a console after Thanksgiving just kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I mean, they could, but I kind of think it'll be the first 2 weeks, either the 7th or the 14th of November would be my guess.
And I was going to say middle of October, and the only reason why I was going to say October is so then they can make sure that they have enough Scorpios sitting in stores ready for Black Friday. So not that I think they're going to have I'm not expecting a shortage or anything. Don't get me wrong, but I think having it release and then having store shelves like ready and everything for 2 weeks later type of thing, because people print their ads and they do all that stuff. I would think maybe middle to late middle of October. I think it's like the 13th or something like that is the exact middle of October on a Tuesday. So I say October.
Well, I prove I'm right because Gunny Chief says November 7th as well. So
and Gunny knows.
that automatically makes it right.
Okay. Wing's right.
Gunny is talking about.
Yeah.
Now so Rob, what date do you think? So Braun, you got October.
Yep. Hey, let me pick an exact day. We're picking Tuesdays, right? October 17th. October 17th.
I'm gonna write some stuff down if I can find something to write on. So I want to come back and see if we're close. So I'm gonna write our predictions down and just see next week if we had anything right, which we probably won't.
Oh, we usually strike out pretty bad.
But
it's fun.
We're pretty stupid.
It's fun to do though. I like doing this type of thing.
Okay, so Brun says what day?
The 17th.
17th. And what price are you putting on it?
I say early adopters get it for $299. Non-early adopters get it for $3.99. And I think there's going to be like a window. There's going to be like a month window. So right before Black Friday, like when Black Friday hits, it's going to be the too late point, and that'll be your thing. There'll be some sort of savings. I say there's something of a saving to do. But also, I think there's going to be I have another prediction on this type of thing, which I've said before in a previous show. So I'll come back to it.
All right, Rob, how about you? What's your date?
So I just looked up the original Xbox. It was released on a Friday. I think it's also going to come out on a Friday. I was aiming for end of November, but that's Black Friday on the 24th. So I hate to go with Brun on the 17th and have him call me a copycat or something like that. But
oh no, you can't.
I would also probably say the 17th.
And what's your price?
$4.99.
And for the record, I said November 7th, Tuesday at $4.99. All right.
Oh man, you guys are even. Oh, you're way up there. I thought you guys were picking $3.99.
Oh.
No, $4.99. That's a flop.
Yeah, because I mean, I was just
don't
thinking
get
about
me wrong. I don't
$4.99
think it's $2.99 for real. Like I said, I think that's like an early adopter, and I was also going to throw in the part where if you're trading in a current Xbox One S, you can get it like down to $2.99. I was thinking something like that has to happen to get it to that low of a price.
What's your base price? What's your base price with no trade-ins, no nothing? Because I think it's going to have a $3.99. Okay, $3.99. We're gonna scratch this. $3.99 is your price.
Yeah, base price. Okay, yep.
Right. That's all I want to know. If they do programs, that's above and beyond.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Okay. So there, we got that. I wrote it down. We'll see how far off the mark we are. Because I do predict we'll get a date and a price next weekend.
Yeah, I will say there's a date definitely. If there's not a price, then we don't want to hear what it is. There's gotta be a price. I mean, regardless, whatever it is, they have to announce a price. If they say they're holding on to it for something later, then we just don't even want to know. They don't even have to release it. Just cancel it. Because nobody wants to know what it is.
Being a negative Nancy.
Yeah.
All right. So I also said, all right, that Crackdown will be day and date with Scorpio. My pen's dying.
Yeah, I agree. Except my date's different.
All right, I gotta get a new pen. That one's terrible.
Rob, what do you think?
There we go.
Think Crackdown?
It's one of those that twists. So
think Crackdown's out this year?
I have no idea.
No.
This is like the strangest E3.
It is weird, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
It's to me, it seems like the hardware E3. Game wise, I don't know. It just there's too many unknowns because there's probably going to be a slew. So I think we're definitely going to find out about Scorpio. And then they're just going to barrage us with all this Scorpio, Scorpio games, Scorpio. And it's like, up until that point, we don't know what's going on because they're keeping everything secret.
Yeah, which is good.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like,
do you think, Rob, there's just going to be a ton of Scorpio games?
What?
You just think that's going to be pretty much the whole press conference is just going to be everything on Scorpio? All the games they show are going to be on Scorpio?
Not all of it, but a huge chunk of it for sure. Just because that's going to be what they want to build the excitement for it. They want to build, or rather, they should want to build excitement for the Scorpio and to give people reasons to buy it. Because for the average Joe Schmo, there's no reason to buy it. It's like, well, it runs all my games, right? I don't have a 4K TV. Why would I want it? They have to give people a compelling reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So another one I have then is going to say this. They are going to announce original Xbox games as backward compatible.
Ooh. That's a cool one.
I think
And
that
I would,
sounds better than it really is in reality.
well, we know Phil wanted to work. Supposedly, Phil wants it, but
Sure.
it was something that they supposedly weren't working on. But I can see him coming out going, and it just automatically would expand the library. And potentially they could say all of it is in the Game Pass, or it's just going to be stuff you can buy. I would love to buy a couple of those games, as crappy as they were. There's a few I actually would purchase and buy to play on my Xbox One, but so I'm gonna call it, and it's probably a pipe dream. I got another one I'm gonna say that I say every year and has never come true, but I'm gonna say it again until I'm gonna say it every E3 until they do it. But so original Xbox games, and then the other one is a digital rental service for gaming. I still, we can download, we can do everything digital. You can rent movies or you can buy movies. Why can't I rent a game digitally? I can buy it. They're gonna come out with a digital rental for games.
And the one I always like I liked about the original Xbox games, the backwards compatibility for Xbox 360 games. It was like a huge like thing during the show because it was such a surprise. And it wasn't like, oh, everybody's going to run out and play old games, but I think the whole thing that helps with you there is just but I can if I want to because they are available to me. And I think them being able to come out and say, you know what, you can play original Xbox games on here. If you have them, you can play them. We're gonna you can buy them again, or we're gonna start adding one of those to the list of games that we give away for Xbox Live Gold. And everybody's gonna be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And it's not gonna be like that's the winning feature of E3, or like forget about the winning stuff, but like it's not gonna be the mic drop or anything like that, but it is just something where people can be like, but I can do it. That's cool. If I own this console, I can do it. Cool. So
You can play. What is it? PlayStation Now, I think.
yeah.
Isn't that the $20 a month service, and it's all old games? Like right now, you can't even play PS4 games. I think they just announced that they're going to start adding PS4 games to the PS Now, but they have like PS1 games on there. Is my understanding. There's old PlayStation games available to play on your PS4. So
Right.
it's not even like it would be it's not a mic drop thing. It's just like, hey,
Yeah.
you're going to have your full Xbox library available to you if you want. I would play Hunter the Reckoning. That'd be the first thing I'd go grab. Boom, download that sucker and play it. I'd start playing it. Whether it sucked or not, it doesn't matter. It was a game I had a lot of fond memories of. So, and I do have a copy. One of our listeners in the community actually sent me a copy, but my drive, the game starts up, and then as it's loading to the game, it doesn't work. And I think it's the drive on my original Xbox is not fully working correctly. So, because the disc looks great, there doesn't look to be anything wrong with the disc. So, but yeah, I would, and it'd just be nice to have it out there. Just what the heck.
Cool. Since you're doing the one that you do every year, I'm going to do the one I do every year. And I think friends and family game sharing is going to be brought back, since it was rudely taken away from us on that first E3 of the Xbox One because people didn't know what they're talking about.
It was rudely taken away by the people that didn't buy Xboxes anyway.
Yeah. The people that, like I said, didn't know what they were talking about. So
Yeah.
Rob.
Yep.
What's your big prediction, man?
I've been thinking the same thing the last couple of years, and I just don't know anymore. It's
anything you'd like to see?
Dishonored 3,
Hey.
Shadow Complex 2.
Oh, that's a good one. There you go. Shadow Complex 2.
But I've been saying that for years.
So,
That one has probability, Rob, because
right.
wasn't it within the last year they re-released Shadow Complex on the
Yep.
PC?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and on the Xbox One. You can play it on both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
hey,
that's
I
okay.
would take that. I was happy about that. So,
I wrote it down, Rob, predicting Shadow Complex 2.
Yeah.
I have another one. So, I know we have our play anywhere type of games, but I still want to see the time when the Xbox One OS is an application on PC. So, you
Ooh.
have your box hooked up to you have your Xbox One S hooked up to your HDR, 4K TV in the living room. That's fantastic. Now you can also fire up the Xbox One app on your PC and play on your PC when your wife is stealing the TV from you. Which is kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I know we can do like the streaming part, but I'm actually saying like where all of Xbox is available on your PC. It's still Xbox. It's just Xbox as an application.
Right. That would be tied into your digital library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just like if you're firing up an Xbox, you're just double clicking an application on your PC. Opens up in a window and off you go. That's what I really want, because then I don't have to worry about buying a console after that. Because PC can handle Scorpio type level stuff too.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Beyond that, actually, right?
Well,
It depends.
if you've got the right
Yeah,
through.
we have to like even the graphics card and stuff that I have in there. I think isn't Scorpio level, but I could easily upgrade it to be Scorpio level.
Sure. Oh yeah.
$1 million.
Gunny Chief wants to predict Forza 7 as a Scorpio launch title.
That's a
That's a
very
good
good
one.
one. I totally forgot. Forza 7 is due out. All right, Gunny, I'm putting you down.
I think that's probably very likely because it seems that Forza
Yeah.
is always a launch title. But that would be cool. Oh, you know what?
Well, it's been
I'll wait
coming
for you
out,
guys.
but they got what, Horizon and
Yeah,
the no game coming out every other year.
yeah. So
Might have to yell at the new one.
I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned VR stuff yet.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't know. I had another run-in with my Gear VR last week where I was watching a video of you're in a race car. It went about 4 seconds before I got sick.
Yeah.
I don't know about this VR stuff. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work for the masses. I mean, just sitting in a car. Granted, it was like a Formula One car, but still, just sitting and watching a video of just a couple of seconds. I don't know how you can play that without having everything be stationary, because that's what I think a lot of the games kind of combat that. You're not moving. You're stationary. Zombies are coming at you from all different directions. Stuff is coming at you. You're not really moving around that much, or you're not focused on what's going around with you and you moving. At least that's if you're seated. I think it's different if you're standing, like what some of the Vive stuff has, where you're actually moving.
Right.
I think that helps keep the inner ear in line more. But to go with that VR stuff, we do have those $300 headsets coming out this year. That's this year, isn't it?
Oh yeah, from the companies that Microsoft
Yep.
was doing
Dell
theirs.
and
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got the sub $1,000 headset systems coming out this year. They did say that it was coming with Scorpio first, right? And then it was going to be brought into the original Xbox/S systems later. So I think as part of I do honestly believe that as part of the Scorpio reveal, they're going to do something VR related. They're going to hint at it, or at least they're going to say what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, but do you? And in my opinion, though, they will not only do that because I definitely believe that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I also feel that they are also going to support the other two big players. So the Vive and Oculus
Sure.
will both be allowed on the Scorpio. I don't think Microsoft's going to stop anybody from doing anything when it comes to the Scorpio. And the other thing is with that whole the stuff when they were talking about Destiny that we talked about earlier with this whole parity, you know, Microsoft's like, no parity. You do what you can do on the consoles. We're not stopping you from doing anything. And I think they're going to take that all the way through VR hardware and all that stuff. Because Gunny asked, like, will these games all be launch games, or will they also be launching on the Xbox One? Phil Spencer has always stated that everything's coming out on the Xbox One, but what we do know is that the Scorpio may and can be a better version of the game than what you will get on Xbox One. Now, if that's graphically or, you know, maybe there's... I don't think it's going to be like, oh, you can only play 20% of the game. I don't think that's what we're talking here, but we're talking something like, oh, Forza. Okay, you can only do VR version inside car VR on the Scorpio because that makes sense. Because I don't think VR is definitely not coming to the Xbox One. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing, all games across all platforms. However, the VR is going to be a separate component that only Scorpio is going to be able to do.
Agreed.
And I kind of feel like they've, without saying it, that they have. I mean, it just, to me, it just kind of makes sense. Also, when we look at last year's E3, Todd Howard was on there talking about true VR with Fallout 4. So I would expect there to be some Fallout 4 VR as part of the Scorpio launch. Maybe not at launch, but they're going to talk about it and maybe show it. And I mean, and that's the thing. It might be 2018 game, but I would expect it to. We'll probably be able to see it possibly playable at E3. Would be the Fallout 4 VR. But I do believe the Scorpio's going to have VR, and I think they're going to need to say something about it. Now they've been kind of like hands off, or like, well, it's not really, it's the comments from Microsoft have been kind of like, well, it's not really that big of a hit. It's not really that big of a thing that a lot of people wanted it to be. But I still think they're going to come out with it because they have to, because their biggest competitor has it.
Right.
PlayStation VR is a thing, and some people really enjoy it. And I've heard some good things about it. So you've got to, if you want, you got to come out and have apples to apples, and then you've got to throw in some oranges on your side to make you better. So I think they've got to have that parity with the VR and stuff like that, and then they can say, oh, so we can do all this stuff. Oh, and we also have 4K gaming, and we can push these games all the way up to this, and still have resources left over, like Digital Foundry's already said, which is good. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so here's
a
question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So the PlayStation VR has been out for some time now. So the experience is pretty cool from what I understand, but what's the adoption rate? Is it a must-have accessory for PlayStation owners?
I don't think.
Do we know any of that?
I don't think it's a must-have, but I do think that they've been selling them quite well. And I don't know if that's because just they haven't made a ton of them, but I believe what they have been making, they've been selling. I know I've seen some on the shelves myself, but as far as I understand, it's not failing. If you're thinking, like, I wouldn't call it a failure.
No, I'm just wondering
the one thing. Okay, so what Sony does is they do release something and it does sell. But what they struggle to do time and time again is they fail to release games for what they put out. And it takes an extremely long time for them to get decent games out of the gate. I mean, if you look this year as far as their exclusives, We're 3 years into the console cycle, and now it's all talk like how they have the best exclusives ever, and it's just because, well, yeah, they finally released some games, in my opinion, and
Yeah.
sometimes that makes people mad when I say that, but prove me wrong, and I'll stop. But
Right.
but with the PlayStation VR, I know the big things, like right at the beginning, they had like 3 or 4 games that were awesome. But since then, I think they just released one last week or the week before.
Right.
And that's the first game I've actually heard since launch, since the launch of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at trying to find some stuff, and like there's a game called PlayStation VR Worlds, and it has only sold less than 500,000 copies worldwide on the PS4 and the PS Vita. Oh, Vita sold nothing. Sorry, those are all zeros. I don't know why that's listed that it's available. But yeah, they're really low numbers for that particular game. I don't know what the big VR game would be.
Yeah, I think at launch they only had a couple million, like, made, and those were all like sold out. You had to like pre-order those. So I didn't think they had like a massive. It's not with their 65 million consoles or something like that. There's not 65 million VR headsets or anything like that. I don't know what their total sales is on that. But as far as the hardware, I don't think they were struggling with it. Prediction, I can't really think of much more. Somebody mentioned Fable 4. They'll announce Fable 4. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff they will talk about. Like, no, there won't be Halo. There won't be Gears. Fable would be an interesting one. I think there's Crackdown. But there's just one more thing about the Scorpio that I wanted to say, and it's kind of like a one more thing. It's like one of those one more thing. Like, we have one more thing, and I said this in an earlier show a couple months ago. And I don't think this is a bad thing, and it's not alienating anybody, but I think it's something that would be cool that if you were, like Mark was, goes out and buys his Scorpio on day one, that there's something that he can do that maybe others that do not buy a Scorpio cannot do. And I don't think that's a bad thing, and I wouldn't be like, oh, I can't believe I can't do that. I have an Xbox One S. Well, like, I'm sorry, they went out and bought a $399 or $499 console, and I've even went out as far as saying it's like, okay, well, my other thing of game sharing, family and friends sharing. What if you can only share family and friends if you have Scorpio to Scorpio, because maybe that's the only licensing they could get by and doing and stuff like that. But I think there's going to be a one more thing, and I kind of hope it is targeted for a Scorpio only. That's kind of one of my predictions. My last one, I guess.
So sorry.
Yep.
Briefly, what was that?
Just put a one more thing. They'll do an Apple thing.
Okay.
And we have one more thing, and that one more thing will be targeted toward Scorpio only.
Okay. Okay.
Because it goes along with what Rob was saying earlier. It's like, hey, they're going to spend a lot of time trying to tell you this is why you need a Scorpio. And I don't think just saying 4K HDR VR would be, it's cool, and that's probably good enough. But I think just being an incentive for those people to go buy it. And if you want it, go buy one. No arguing out of Xbox people saying, oh, I should get it too. Like, no, you don't. So.
Yeah, I just hope they don't get in that trap of, it's like, here's this new system. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right. Yeah.
And, because in the end, that doesn't get you anywhere. Because,
it gets you 30 frames per second on Destiny. That's
right.
what it gets. I'm sorry, that's what it gets you. There's an exact example of what what happens when you try not to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
So, and if I was
Somebody
Sony,
gets hosed no matter what.
what's that?
Somebody gets hosed no matter what. I can't
Yeah.
believe that Sony says you can't make our better hardware, you can't make the game look better or run better on it. It has to run the same.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind. What's the point of putting out friggin' better hardware and charging more for it if you don't get the advantage of it?
Yeah, and I think they should backpedal. And I don't want to say backpedal. I think they should remove that. Go out and say, you know what,
Right.
we thought about it. We're going to remove it, and I would applaud them for doing that too. There's nothing wrong with them going and doing that.
What's the point of buying the Pro?
Right. Yeah. I
Right.
think they should.
You're not going to get any advantage to it.
Yeah.
So
Or in PC terms, like, well, hey, Brian, what was that one video card with Titan or something like that? That like $1,000 card from back in the day,
Well,
a couple years ago.
they're still
Right,
Titan.
right.
They're still Titan, but yeah.
Yeah, but when that first came out, wasn't it like $1,000?
Yes. Yeah.
For one card.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like the manufacturer of those cards saying, okay, here's this $1,000 card, but it's going to run as fast as that $100 crappy card that you have in a discount bin, because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings that doesn't want to pay $1,000. You know,
Yeah. I
You know,
agree. Yeah.
people got to get used to it. It's like there's going to be new stuff. If you want it, you got to buy it. And I get it, especially if you just jumped into, let's say, like an Xbox. I get it. You want it to be current. You want it to be the best system for a long time, because that's what we're used to, right?
Mhm.
We're used to, you buy an Xbox 360, and for like, what, 6-7 years, they were all the same and they were all awesome. There was no variation. Microsoft has said that there's going to be differences from now on, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
As Phil Spencer said that last year or the year before, because they're just going to have a continual evolution. And this is something that we will have to get used to from what they said. And in reality, we got to get used to it.
Yeah.
So
three,
they should open it up.
It's
3
the
to
same with your
4
phone.
yeah. 3 to 4
Yeah, that's true.
years is not is 3 to 4 years of a piece of hardware is not a short period of time when it comes
No,
to
not at all.
gaming and PC related type stuff. 4 years is ancient. I'm sorry, your Xbox One
Yeah.
and your Xbox One S, those consoles are old.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's like, you should only be so lucky, like with cell phones. Like, I got this thing a year ago, and I mean, it was outdated 6 months after I got it. And you know
It was
what?
updated the day you got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
They are. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I just got
That's
a new
just-
phone a week ago. I got the 7, and yeah, I mean they're going to release the new one here in a couple of months. It's but
yeah, we'll
Switch
find out more about
gears.
that tomorrow.
So we should.
well, they're going to announce it
basically-
tomorrow.
Well, it's WWDC. I don't think they typically announce new hardware on WWDC, but yeah, they usually wait till later. I don't know. We'll find out. Their schedule's all jacked up recently. So
So I guess we should probably just, in closing with this thing, just say, be happy with what you've got, not what you don't have.
right.
Otherwise, just buy it.
And if
Yeah.
you live in a submarine, then get a 360.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Dom Matrick.
But
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah.
moving on, guys. 'Cause
Yeah,
we got
I-
a lot running out of time.
yeah, I mean, I really can't think of anything else as far as prediction wise, because really, Rob, and I agree with you. It's a weird year. It's a weird year. So
Yeah.
yeah, but the same thing is like I was talking, and I think I might be going to like the theater, like they're doing this Sony press conference. Like you can go to a theater and watch it on a big screen with other people. I think I'm actually maybe going to that with somebody from work.
Ooh.
But even in that, I have the same question for Sony. It's like, well, what are they going to be doing? Like, I'm expecting to see Detroit. But I mean, what else am I going to see? Because I think over the last 2 years, all they've done is announced games, and very few of them have even come out. So, are they just going to keep announcing new games, or are they going to come back to some of those ones that still haven't come out yet? And I could just see them kind of coming back to those games, because a lot of people have questions about them. I don't know what they're going to do either.
I predict Sony's going to announce several Kickstarter projects
Oh, jeez.
instead of just one.
Yeah. Well, they'll come out and they'll say we got a new console coming out next year. So,
Join our Kickstarter.
yeah. So, all right.
Let's
Yep.
move on.
Let's move on. All right.
Maybe
Go ahead.
here's my prediction. The Microsoft Xbox will pull out of the Paris Accord.
Oh, jeez.
Good. Smart thing.
Controversy at 11.
Yeah. Thanks. All right.
Okay, so I was just looking to see if the Microsoft E3 thing was going to be in theaters. And the Sony thing is all over the place.
Yeah.
They're not doing that for Microsoft?
Nope.
Lame.
No, I don't think they are. So
Shows you more people. So biased.
I mean, sorry. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, well,
I know
just
what
have to
they're-
watch it at home.
Well, that's the thing is, it's neat because you're with a bunch of other people, but Microsoft is going to have it streaming through your Xboxes and everything like that. And in all honesty, wouldn't you want to watch it through your 4K? Are they going to be streaming it through Xbox One S and 4K? Because don't you want to watch it there if they're going to be showing 4K games through Scorpio? Right?
I guess.
I mean, that would be true. Wing's going to have the best view of the whole thing because do you have a 4K TV, Rob?
No.
I don't
only in my
either.
dreams.
Yeah, so I don't either at this point. So when they're showing 4K games, like, look how beautiful this game's going to look on Scorpio, I'm just going to look at it and be like, it looks like 1080p to me. So, and at least
For me, it looks like 1080i. That's my TV.
Mine's 720. But, so, yeah. All right. Cool, moving on. Let's see. We have a number of voicemails. And to do a voicemail, if you go to thisxboxlife.com, on the far right-hand side, you can click voicemail and send it to us. Or if you want to record directly on your iPhone or your computer and put it into an MP3 format, you can email it directly to us, contact@thisxboxlife.com. So here we go with some emails. This first one is from Skin.
Hey, do we want to do the news thing real quick?
Hold on. I want to play. Oh, there we go. How to kill it. Sorry, what?
We don't have time, Rob. We've got we got like 40 minutes and we have to stop.
Yep.
Oh, fine.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Skin again. Okay.
Again.
Yep.
Hi guys, this is Skin in the UK. Just sending a message in response to your Amazon giveaway. Things I'd be interested to see at E3, something new, something exciting, maybe another Recore, something along those lines, maybe, a Sunset Overdrive, something exciting, something that's going to surprise me and also blow me away. I'd also like to ask, if possible, would it be possible to get the audio version of the show up a little bit sooner, as that is my preferred method of choice for listening to the show. And I'd just like to say that I've been a big fan of the show for a long time. I listen to you every week, and keep up the good work. TXL for life. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, Skin, we're going to start releasing the audio version of the show the night we record. Within hours of us ending our show, Rob is going to have it up.
Rob.
Get to work, Rob.
Say what? It's already posted.
Yeah.
Tonight's show's already posted.
Yeah.
It's posted before it's done.
So another record, didn't fare too well, I don't think, but I know some people that did play it and some people did like it.
I bought it. It was sort of fun to a point where it was like, okay, I couldn't advance any further. I wasn't sure where I was supposed to go. The map sucked. It was about impossible to figure out how to go around it. But I thought the game, I put several hours into it, until I got kind of stuck. And it was kind of enjoyable. It really, I thought, wasn't too terrible. And it's not even my type of game. It's just really not my style of game, but it wasn't bad. Kind of enjoyed it.
Cool. As far as getting the audio, we tried to release it within the next day, after we record. The thing is Rob takes it and tries to straighten out things. Like, people talking about how I've been quiet and you guys have been loud. Like, I'm kind of watching the levels today, and I noticed that there are probably going to be some differences, but I tried to get them closer, so we'll see how that goes without any post-production. But then if that doesn't work, then I don't know what to do, and Rob tries to clean it up. So we do try to get out there as fast as possible, and it does really depend on people's job schedules. So
Yeah, because sometimes the show's out almost immediately after we record, and sometimes it takes a day or two or more.
all right.
Usually I'm bugging Rob Thursday if I don't see it. It's like, you gonna post it this week before we record the next show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I read those and I'm like, oh man, crap. Let me get it up.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, by the time we're done recording, it's really late for Rob and Brun.
Yeah.
So they pretty much jet and go to bed because they got work in a couple of hours. So I'm on the Pacific, so I get the videos posted pretty easy and get them done right away. But Rob does all the audio stuff, so you guys got to give him a little bit of a break.
And also, after the video is posted, it's usually like an hour after that we can grab the audio.
Yeah.
Isn't that? It's so it's not immediate like it used to be. But
we'll take it under advisement, see what we can do.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So the next two, I'm gonna play them back to back. So don't answer when you hear the first one in. Don't respond too quick. But this is Abe Lincoln XX, I believe.
Hey guys, I'm trying this again. This is Nick, gamertag Abe Lincoln XX. It's my first time calling in, but you guys said you didn't have any voicemails for E3 predictions, so I wanted to send you one, get things started. So just jumping right into it, Crackdown 3. It's a game we're all looking forward to, and hopefully it's coming out this fall. Definitely want to see some gameplay, maybe some people playing the game on the stage, see what that campaign looks like, and definitely the multiplayer. They've shown a little bit of it, but definitely want to see more. Other than that, Cuphead. They've shown Cuphead at a few E3s now, but I'm ready for it to be out. Let's just say, go up on stage, show it, and say it's out now. You can go ahead and download it right there during the show. They've done plenty of marketing for it. Let's go ahead and play that game. And then finally, my third one would be the game that's been buzzing around, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's big on PC right now, big on Steam, and I'd really like to see it come over to console. That's where I do all my gaming. And the Xbox preview program would be perfect for that. Still in early.
And we hit
Hey, sorry I got cut off. This is Nick again. I was just saying that Battlegrounds is in PC early access, so it'd be great to see it come to Xbox preview program. That's a one-up that we have on Sony. So it'd be great if that was an exclusive. A little bit ace in the hole that we can have there. But other than that, just new games. Excited to see it. So looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right. So I think we're all nodding our head because we all forgot about Cuphead. But it would be cool if it was Cuphead available now. I would dig that. That'd be pretty cool.
There was another game that they announced like several E3s ago. Wasn't it called Below?
Yeah, yes. I was just going to mention that. The roguelike.
Yeah, it's like, where'd that go to?
Yeah.
I don't think that was officially canceled.
No, it's still in the works from what I understand, because I've loosely been following it. Every time there's a little bit of news, I read up on it. So they initially announced it on the reveal, which was what, May 2013, 4 years ago?
It's been a
Wow.
while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it still hasn't been canceled from, unless it happened recently. I just don't understand what's taking so long.
yeah, I'm not sure. As far as PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, I would like to see that in the preview program come to the Xbox One. So basically, at that point, it would come first to the Xbox. I don't think they need to work any exclusive deal on that. Just let that company, because they're a small development group or whatever, let those guys make as much money as they can, put on every console they can. But since it is in preview right now, they could actually get it out on the Xbox first, and then obviously we would get to play it, and then it would just come when it was released finally to possibly everything. I don't think they need to do any exclusive deal on that.
I would never buy that game, but I really enjoy watching Darkness 429 play that game. And he always teams. Every one time I've seen him play, he's teamed up with another guy, and man, they communicate, they talk, they work together, they share their gear, and I've watched him win a couple matches, quite a few actually. But it's really fun to watch those two guys. And I apologize, I don't know who he plays with. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's really fun to watch those guys play. So if you get a chance during the day, if you got a day off or you don't work during the day, check out Darkness 429 on Twitch. Tell him hi. I mean, he's got a huge following. You can tell him TXL sent you. But he's been playing a lot of that, and it's really fun to watch.
Yeah.
But it's not my type of game. I would not fare well in that type of game. But it is, and then it's like usually I'll watch people play, but it's usually not that interesting. For some reason, I'm like captivated by them playing it.
Yeah. It's twitch.tv/darkness429 is who it is. And he played today, and I guess that is what he is starting out with tomorrow. So if anybody's interested, he's doing I think a pretty long stream tomorrow, and I think they're starting out with that. So something to go out and check out. I know Gunny, I see Gunny on there every once in a while when I'm actually watching. But yeah, he's the one streamer actually I sub to. So he's a really good guy. We've mentioned him on here a couple times, but yeah, it's funny to watch him play. So all right. Next email is, I'm gonna say Kongan 1973. It's actually his girlfriend. So it may be a surprise. We don't know. And I forget where I put all my recordings at. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go.
My name is Leah and I am from Denmark. I'm looking forward to get the prize on Xbox Scorpio announced, so I can see how much extra work I have to take to afford it. I'm also looking forward to the announcement of the date when State of Decay 2 will be out. The first State of Decay is probably the game me and my boyfriend have played the most on Xbox One.
So yeah, somebody mentioned State of Decay 2. I think it was Gunny in our chat. So I know a lot of people's anxious for that as well. But I want to know. She wants to know more about the Xbox Scorpio, so she knows how much more she has to work and save to buy one. So you and everybody else, that is one of the big unknowns that I think everybody's waiting to hear about. So, but thank you for your entry, and I believe she was entering for her boyfriend. So, but that's it for our voicemails. So now we can hit the emails, and this is where Rob gets to earn his paycheck.
Sure. There's a follow-up to Below we talked about a couple minutes ago. It was supposed to be out apparently last summer in 2016. And then they said that they delayed it. And the next time that you heard a news announcement about it, it would mean that there's a firm release date. Crickets.
Yeah.
So they basically said they're going to take as much time as they need to do it properly, and it's still in the works. But their website's pretty cool. Their website is What Lies Below, I believe it was.
Does it have
It's
audio
pretty
on
sweet. I don't. No, I don't think so because it didn't do anything for me. Yeah, what lies below? It's an interesting website. You kind of keep scrolling and you go deeper.
Oh, okay.
Well, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
So emails.
Yep.
Gotta find the emails. Okay. So first one is from Angry Apples PH. Hi guys. Just finished listening to and as ever enjoying episode 437. So E3 predictions. Here's mine. Fallout 4 VR. Full game to launch with Scorpio. Scorpio to be priced at £399 and $399. Optional bundle at launch to include a mixed reality headset, such as the Acer at Build Conference. Then Splinter Cell having a new title to be given a release date. Splinter Cell, new title to be given a date. This is an excellent title for VR or mixed reality. And I'm a patron and very happy to be one. Keep up the great work, guys. Bristol, UK, gamertag, Angry Apples PH.
Splinter Cell, we were talking about our gaming ruts that we're in, Mark. A Splinter Cell is definitely a game that I would love to play right now.
Yes.
Splinter Cell has fantastic games. Maybe that's a game to go back to and play.
If it was like Blacklist.
Yeah, Blacklist was good.
I don't like the earlier Splinter Cell games. I loved Blacklist.
Yeah, the last two have been really, really good.
Very good.
Yeah, because before Blacklist, it was
Fiction, I think.
Conviction. Is that what you said?
That's what it was called. Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, those are both good. Very good. Cool. But thank you for the email, Angry Apples.
Okay. Next one is the real Chicho. Hey guys, great job on the podcast. Keep up with the good work. Please enter me in the contest. What I want to see most at E3 is the unknowns about Scorpio, not just the price. I think Xbox still needs to have some strong surprises to get the momentum heading into the launch. That's a good point.
Yep. You have been entered.
Excellent. Okay, next up is for Right Now 76. I was listening to your podcast regarding Xbox Live Game Pass. Honestly, gamers really need to stop thinking the video game companies are charitable organizations. When I hear gamers complain, it's like they expected everything to be free, and more free. In my humble opinion, I believe Game Pass is a great idea. And as Rob stated nicely, you have to start somewhere. Game Pass can't come out swinging with titles such as Gears of War 4, GTA 5, Watch Dogs 2, etc. For me, it gave me a chance to play Halo 5 for the first time without paying full price for the title. Plus, I saw a few games that I would merely try due to previous previews and hype at no additional cost outside of the fee. And this is coming from someone who has 90 plus games by downloading all the free gold games for the past 2-3 years. In the long run, Game Pass will save me money in the same manner Netflix and Hulu Plus does over local cable companies. As long as Game Pass is dynamic every month with their library like Netflix, I'm pretty confident they'll eventually add a game with poor sales, but great reviews such as Titanfall 2 or Rise of the Tomb Raider. Lastly, think of the money saved if you can buy DLC content on sale in conjunction with Game Pass. Call me greedy, but anything that puts more money back in my pocket while giving me opportunity to expand my gaming library will always be considered a win-win by me.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Well
good. I
put.
mean, yeah, we were talking about that last week with, Mark had it or subscribes to it. It's just like, I think it's something to support. I think it's great. I think it'll get better, but if nobody supports it now, they're just going to drop it and they'll just move on. So it's definitely something cool to see, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next one is Bumble.
Just
You
it's
say something?
also half the price of the PlayStation version. I know PS is it now? PS Now. I think it's $20 a month, and yeah, they do have like over 400 titles, but they're all old games. They're just now going to start adding PS4 games into the mix. So if you have a PS4 and you have the Game Pass from them, you're paying $20 a month to play nothing but really old games. So this I think is a great deal at $10 a month. At least it's only one generation back, and there are Xbox One titles on there. In fact, all the ones I downloaded were Xbox One titles, not 360 titles. So I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
Not everything be free, man. You guys got to pay for crap. Stop whining like babies.
Yes.
Well, I'm a college student and I'm not always online. Okay, then.
Nope.
You don't always have to be online. By the way, you can't share your games with your friends. Take that. All right. Sorry. What's our last email?
Okay.
Last email.
Next one is from Bumblewoot. Hey guys, I'm a little behind on shows, so I'm not sure if this is a little bit of info or if this little bit of info was brought up. IGN released a 7 must-play Xbox Games Pass games clip where one of the must-play games is your all-time favorite. I think it was such a favorite that Mark had mentioned never to say the name of the game on the podcast again.
I
Braid.
noted. Yeah, I friggin' saw it.
Yeah. When I saw that on there, I immediately think of you, Mark. I don't know why.
I saw that when I was going through the list, and I was like, "What a piece of crap!" I'm like, "Why would that be on there?"
I could see you. I could see you seeing the Braid, and then you're like, Braid, shaking your fist. Whoa. What movie was that from? Where the dude's like shouting into the sky?
And then like Con and I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah, Khan, the Star Trek. That's right. So Mark's like, Braid. Anyway, it is on their 7 must-play list. Thought you guys might get a kick out of that. If you do not remember, and I would not blame you if you didn't, a long time ago, you guys raged about how bad a game it is. I think Mark was the one who raged.
I think I
on it.
raged. Yeah, I think that was.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry. We
Repeatedly.
remember.
Not once. Repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's you guys remember that skit from the Three Stooges? And the guy was Niagara Falls. Slowly I turn, step by step, inch by inch. No,
Nope.
you youngins.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You.
when I see that video, when I seen that video and saw Braid, I thought of the show, laughed, and knew that you guys should be made aware. At this moment, the video has 40,000 views. That's thousands of people that could be trying Braid right now because of that video. Have a good one, Bumble. That's funny.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, this guy has been around, guy or gal. Don't want to make an assumption. Bumblewoot's been around, listening for a very long time, and just finally wrote in. It's neat to get like new emails or voicemails from people who've been around for a long time and remember stuff like this. It's cool. I enjoy it. So thanks for writing.
This was so long ago. Like I remember, this happened and I left. This is like before I even left, because I left for multiple months. I forget how long I was gone. And then, I've been back for, I don't even know how long I've been back, but,
Well,
coming back around.
This game was originally released in August of 2008. That's approximately when we started the show.
Yes.
So did they come out with the Xbox version after?
I don't know. I think our show, this one here, episode 1, was in October of 2008. Braid did come out when we were actually on the other show.
Okay.
So, but it's been around a long time. So I do.
August 6th, 2008 on Xbox.
What's that, Mark?
I own that domain now.
Oh yeah, yes, you do.
Yeah, we could always retitle the show if we wanted to. Back to the original.
Oh, I like ours.
I like TXL.
But So
All right.
with
Otherwise,
with
it would
the-
be XBP, right?
XBP.
Doesn't have the same
Yeah,
ring.
it was XBP. So
yeah. But with our 3 emails and our 3 voicemails and 4 emails, we had 4 people that were eligible for the contest, and we put them in order on our thing, and then Mark did a random number generator, and we generated the number 3, which was Angry Apples PH. So he is the winner of the Amazon UK gift card. I think we are emailing that, or no, we're going to send it to him.
already been sent.
Already been sent. So and I
Already been
imagine-
sent. So
Yep. And we usually send through
was
Xbox
he the
Live,
one
right?
that- yeah. So Angry Apples, it's on your Xbox Live account. So
Yep.
he may find that message before he gets to hear the audio, depending on when Rob posts it.
Yeah.
Hey, now.
So, but
Just kidding you, Rob.
all right.
So congrats to Angry Apples.
Yes, congratulations. And like I said, we're doing 3 giveaways next week. So 3 different giveaways for E3. So, all right. This xboxlife.com/Twitter will get you to our Twitter account. And also this xboxlife.com/Facebook will get you to our Facebook account, where you can request to join the group. And that is one place where we will be giving away something next week. And what's new? What's new, Rob?
Oh, just a couple 2-3 things, as we say here in Chicago. We have Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind launching on the 6th, which is Tuesday. Also, we have Dirt 4. And for some reason, my browser is not scrolling. I can't see what's below Dirt 4. Oh, there it goes.
Hold on a second, help you.
Now it went down like 3-4 pages all at once. Okay, Dirt 4 on June 6th. Also, The Town of Light on June 6th. We have Neighbor Horde, not Neighborhood, Neighbor Horde couch co-op game for those people that like that kind of stuff on June 6th. June 7th, we have Perception, Sonic or Super Beat Zonic, Zazen, Refunked, and then on the 9th, A Whole New World. That's H-O-L-E, not W-H-O-L-E. A Whole New World, Jump Stars, and Colat. So there's a fair amount of stuff launching right before E3.
Yep.
And a couple of those, Elder Scrolls looks good. Dirt games were seemingly popular. But so that's what's coming out this week. Games with gold. We have Lara Croft, The Temple of Osiris on Xbox One. This is good for, about another week or so? Actually, no, we have a week and a half because it's only the 4th as of this recording.
Right.
So you've got that for another week and a half. Brand new, starting on this past Thursday, was Speedrunners. So make sure to grab that one. And I saw there's 2 versions of this one. Did you guys see that there's 2 versions of Speedrunners in the store? There's like a freebie version, and then there's like a deluxe version. So we got the freebie one as part of Games with Gold.
Okay.
And then on Xbox 360, new for June. Nah, I was going to just about say January, but new for June is Assassin's Creed 3. So make sure to grab that one also, because that one is backwards compatible, playable on both Xbox 360 and Xbox One. And then also there's some Phantom Dust DLC that appears to be free. Was it a multiplayer one or something like that? I snagged it the other day.
Yeah,
But,
I can't remember.
That's free as well. And then Amazon is a place where we love to buy all of our stuff. I mean, when I say we, I mean everybody. That's why they make billions of dollars, and they can build rockets and all sorts of good stuff.
Amazon
Because they're getting our money. So if you're going to be sending some money their way, make sure to use our affiliate link. It helps us out, helps us pay for costs here at This Xbox Life. It does not cost you anything extra, but please make sure to use that each and every time that you make your purchases. And also, if you're on the iTunes store, find our show on there if you would. Another way that you can help support the show is give us a 5-star review on there. And the more reviews that we have, especially if they're 5-star, the higher up we proceed in their rankings. Helps more and more folks find out about the show. And I believe that's it, right? Episode 438.
Yep. And we'll be back next week. It'll be immediately after E3, so Mark will keep our little predictions on his desk and see how wrong we were. Yes, he has.
What time is that thing?
It is.
What time is the show?
6 p.m. Eastern. So that'd be.
I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern because
Yeah.
it's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific. It'd be 5 Eastern.
Okay.
2, 3. Yeah, so 4 Central, 5 Eastern.
Okay. I thought. I will check for sure.
I just had their
Yeah.
break page up, so let me pull it back up again. Let's see. It's live on Mixer Sunday, June 11th
Yes.
at 2 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 5 Eastern.
Right. Yep. Sorry, I was off an hour. That's good. That's even better. Good.
Oh.
Good.
So, yeah, and I'm hoping I get to see it because I'm gonna not be able to see it when it originally starts. So I'm gonna have to hope that somebody gets the video, done
And turns it around
posted
quick.
right away. But usually it's not.
Yeah.
I may not even have seen it by the time we record. So if that's the case, guys, just so you two know, because I'm not going to be home in time to see the start of it, and it's obviously not going to be. It doesn't look like it's on TV this year. It's going to be live on Mixer, and that's probably it. So maybe through the Xbox event app or something, they may do it there too, or they're just redirecting a Mixer. But I'm hoping someone will get the repeat of that up quickly so I can watch the replay, get it all in beforehand. And what I'm hoping to do, I think we're gonna miss the Bethesda thing because we record at the same time Bethesda goes on that night. We're actually gonna miss that one, but everybody can watch the replay of that later. Come listen to us on E3 night. So
Yeah.
but I am gonna take. I plan to watch them and take account again of how many games Xbox announces and how many are coming out in this year and how many next year and all that. And I'm gonna compare. I'm gonna do a comparison again between Microsoft and Sony because last year there was like 6 games that were coming out in the next 2 years and everything else was like 2019, 2020 on Sony. And Microsoft had like 80% of their games coming out in the next year and a half. So I want to track that again, and I'll give you guys real numbers of exactly which between those two companies, how many games they showed, when their release dates are. I'll have that data for you guys too. But that won't be till the following week because we got to get the Sony press conference, which will be after, I think, the next day after we record.
It's Monday.
So it'll be the Sunday following all of E3.
I just noticed Twitch must just have put a vodcast section on here. It's where you can broadcast pre-recorded videos on your channel and then chat with other viewers. So that's kind of cool. You can just play other things on there. But all right. Well, let's skedaddle. Let's get out of here. Guys, enjoy the E3 press conference. We will be back right after that. And thanks for coming out.
I got one thing real quick.
Oh, okay.
If anybody out there remembers the game Hunter the Reckoning on the original Xbox, if you can recommend or you're aware of a game that is similar to that style of game that's on Xbox One, I would love for you to send us an email and make a recommendation because I could use a game like that. But anyways, that's it.
All right. Well, with that, I'm Brun BJ Swick 33.
And I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening.
I'm Mark AK Wingman 709, taking off.